I am Marie Löwgren. I'm the director of Stenko Johnson Center for Entrepreneurship at Lund University. I see several challenges actually, and I think one of the challenges is the actual development of the concept of entrepreneurship. Because as it is now, it has developed to mean just about anything, and you tend to use the concept of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial learning in many different ways, in many different areas, and so on and so forth. And that in turn makes it difficult to do research on entrepreneurial learning, because it means different things to different people, which in turn means that it's difficult to develop theories and to develop the concept further in a coherent way, which is how you build theory and how you build a subject area. So that's one issue, I think. And then we have another issue, which is the how to evaluate courses in entrepreneurship. Because if you have different kinds of courses in entrepreneurship, you have a theory development that is kind of not that well developed yet, and you design courses based on that theoretical development, but you are not really sure what you do in the end, because you have no good instruments actually to evaluate entrepreneurship or the effects of entrepreneurial education in the end. So I mean, how do you know that you actually develop entrepreneurs if that is your purpose? How do you know that people are getting more entrepreneurial and get an entrepreneurial mindset? We don't really have the tools to do that. So I think that is also a challenge, to find those tools to see what good is an entrepreneurial education in the end, anyhow. Well, entrepreneurship education research, of course, inspires to develop different kinds of pedagogical methods in entrepreneurship education. And we always need to have what is there in entrepreneurship theory, I think, and what we know about the entrepreneurial processes and so on and so forth to build the pedagogy on. And if we could get inspired by new ways of thinking with regards to entrepreneurial learning, that of course helps a lot, and we should use that in our education. And the issue, and that's another challenge of course, is to combine the theory with practice, because now we talk a lot about experiential learning, and how do we combine that with the theories that we also develop at the same time. That is of course another challenge in a way. But new pedagogical models in entrepreneurial learning should, of course, enhance the way we see and teach the entrepreneurial process. Oh, it's important for a number of reasons. First of all, I think the fact that we have entrepreneurship education at university is a way of showing students that that could be an alternative career path. I mean, normally university education is very focused on different trades or whatever you call it. You become an engineer, or you become something in the humanities, or you become a business administration consultant or whatever. You never think about or are exposed to entrepreneurship in that way. So that we have entrepreneurship education at university actually promotes entrepreneurship as a career path, or at least acknowledge entrepreneurship as a career path. Then of course, I mean, as for society as a whole, that students get to test their ideas, that they get to try out their ideas in entrepreneurship. They could fail in a secure environment, so to say. Well, I think it's important in many different ways. First of all, that we have the fact that there is entrepreneurship education at universities per se, I think that sort of acknowledge for the students that entrepreneurship could be a career path. Because normally at university you have your different career path and the different faculties. You become an engineer, or you become something within the humanities and so on and so forth. And you don't think about that these things could be applied into entrepreneurship and into your own activities and your own company perhaps and so on. But when we have entrepreneurship education, we sort of show people or show students that there is an alternative to being employed. Another reason is of course that when you take an entrepreneurship education, you get the opportunity to try out your ideas, and you could fail in a sort of secure environment and learn from that failure and gain knowledge that makes it easier for you to actually start your firm in the real world later on. So it brings you the knowledge that you need, and it lowers the barriers perhaps for you to actually become an entrepreneur. And of course, I mean, for society as a whole, we do need more companies, we do need more entrepreneurs to continue to live the way we do.
All right, and last question. What is, according to you, the role of an event like this workshop, for the development of the field?
I think it's very important. I think it's important that we all come together, that academics and policymakers and people engaged in entrepreneurial education come together and discuss these issues. And I mean, many of the issues that you have asked questions about now are very relevant for us to discuss, and in doing that we get insights from each other. We could develop the field perhaps more coherently, which means that it becomes an actual development and not just fragments all over the place. And I think it could also nurture entrepreneurship education and bring better teaching, better learning in a way.